week, we made a 4-2-3-1 tactic created by Michael Carrick, which just helped him drag Middlesbrough from 16th to the playoffs in the Championship. Now today is time to show you the tactic which has dominated League One football and how McKenna has got Ipswich to the very, very top of League One using his dominant 4-2-3-1. What is going on there, guys? Kempy here and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video today, and today it's another tactic, and it's one which I've created based off of Kieran McKenna. Now earlier this week, like I said for the intro, we did have one on Michael Carrick, so if you haven't seen that one, head over to that one and click that link above us. Watch that, because that was an absolute banger of a tactic, and this one is a slightly tweaked version. Obviously, they've got very, very similar philosophies of football: dominating possession, high press, scoring lots and lots of goals. I mean, in the last 3 weeks, I've been to 2 Ipswich games. One Ipswich game, they won 6-0. The other weekend, 6-0 as well. So goals are a massive thing here at Ipswich. So that is what we will be trying to replicate, and hopefully, I've done a rather good job. And I've even managed to do it for target forward up front, because George Hurst, the guy is special in real life. I really, really like him. But like I said, today is Ipswich time, and you can see straight away how we have done with these results. It's Sky Bet League One. We have managed to win the league, 101 points, which is about what they're going to finish on real life as well, which is quite exciting. I managed to pretty much replicate their results in real life. FA Cup, 5th round, not bad that, but by Bournemouth, it's a bit annoying because we probably could have beat them, but 5th round is quite good, and the Carabao Cup, 3rd round, a bit of a payday against Manchester United, I think we'll see that as, and the Papa John's Trophy, no one cares about that, do they? So we don't really need to look at that one. But the League One stats of what I really tried to build this team off is this high possession style of football. Now, Kieran McKenna likes to dominate the ball. He likes to slow the game down. He likes to dominate the game. And I think I managed to do that rather well with 63% possession, 87% on the out pass percentage as well, which is lovely to see. Most goals scored, again, I wanted that at 94, and the fewest conceded was just a nice little added bonus, only conceding 29 goals. But the possession and the goals is what I was looking to build, and I managed to build that in quite an effective way. So I'm very happy with how things worked out there. In the data hub as well, looking at just over 2 goals a game, conceding just 0.63, and obviously, like I said, a decent pass completion at 87.7. I've not just done a test with Ipswich, very similar to the Michael Carrick one. I've done a test with a couple of other teams as well to show you what this tactic could do if you plug and play out other teams as well. But bear in mind, this tactic is built for this current Ipswich side. Obviously, you can plug it in and play wherever you want it, but it's made for this team. We'll go ahead, look at their results, and I'll drag you guys back for when we absolutely show you the tactic. We're going to kick things off here in the Champions League final with Real Madrid, where I'm going to show you guys a little bit of gameplay as well. We'll show you this game and also a game with another team I'm going to show you. But Alaba, Rudiger, Militao and Carvajal is the back four. You've got 2 centre mids here on Camavinga and Luka Modric. The left winger, Vinicius Jr. getting nice time up the pitch. Hazard in that attack midfielder role as well. And Benzema up front as that target forward. Valverde spreading the pitch out wide, keeping that hole for Benzema to lurk in the middle there. Alaba is going to beat his man down this left-hand side. He's going to bring an absolute pearler of a cross in, and Benzema is free and he's open for that header. He's going to score that one, and that very much there reminds me of a George Hurst kind of goal. And Militao, a great clearance there to Eden Hazard, and Connor Chaplin, Eden Hazard, picks the ball up, a great ball over the top, and Benzema slots it past the keeper. Yet again, a 2-0 win against Bayer Leverkusen in a game where we weren't completely dominant, but more possession. They had no shots on target all game. We pretty much just had the ball and saw the game out. We didn't manage to win the Liga, which is a little bit frustrating. We managed to come second, 3 points behind Barcelona, but you know, 27 wins, 5 draws and 6 losses is not awful by any stretch of the imagination, especially for just a plug and play holiday test. Winning the Champions League is fantastic. Super Cup, fantastic to win that. Quarterfinal in the Copa del Rey by Elche, a little bit frustrating, but not the end of the world. And the Super Copa de España we did manage to win as well. In terms of the data hub, you're looking at 2.13 goals per game, 0.66 goals conceded. And when we go in depth in the actual league stats as well, we do always like to do this. Barcelona, very dominant, but we were joint top on goals conceded. We managed to concede, not score 6 less goals than Barcelona. Possession-wise as well, down to 4th, but 59% possession, so we are very good at keeping the ball. And in terms of goal scorers, I mean, Eden Hazard in that cam role had an absolute revitalisation of his career. I mean, he just retired from international football, but the guy has absolutely smashed it in that cam role. 26 goals, 13 assists. Benzema maybe doesn't suit him quite as much as George Hurst, but 22 goals and 4 assists there. Vinicius Jr. 16 goals, 11 assists. Edinburgh Town managed to get 12 goals, 11 goals as well. Valverde from that right wing goal position, 8 goals and 12 assists. And Tony Cruz sitting deep as well, doing very, very well. And the other team we did test with was Manchester United. We managed to win the league with them, win the FA Cup, and become runners-up in the Carabao Cup as well. So nearly a quadruple. We'll take the treble. We certainly will. I'll show you guys this 2-0 victory in the Europa League against Arsenal. This game against Arsenal then was very much a dominant possession game. We had 55% of the ball compared to their, obviously, 45. Shots-wise, they dominated us. XG, they dominated us. But we kept the ball. We made the better chances. And when you got a player like Bruno Fernandes shooting from there, of course, you're going to score. A great ball there from Diogo Dalot, finding Bruno. And he does get the goal. Anthony playing in that right wing, winger on support role, finding Jadon Sancho, who burst down the left-hand side. A mistake from Ramsdale, and Sancho sticks that one home to make it 2-0. But you can see, again, the sort of football we're trying to play. A bit of a long ball up to the big men up top. The inside forward getting in behind the left wing back and the left centre back. So things are looking very good, and I'm very happy with how the tactic actually turned out. In terms of the data hub, 2.08 goals per game, conceded just 0.02, and one man that certainly did thrive in this formation has sadly gone back to Burnley, but with 36 goals in 55 games, Wout Weghorst, an absolute demon up front. That is who we need up top. Wout Weghorst is the man. Bruno Fernandes in that cam role did score 31 goals, 22 assists as well. Marcus Rashford, 23 goals, 10 assists. Varane doing very well. Sancho, 12 goals, 13 assists. Eriksen, 4 goals, 15 assists. And also Luke Shaw as that left back with 12 assists. I do want to show you guys the actual breakdown of the tactic with Ipswich, just because it's a bit more helpful. But we conceded the least goals in the league. Goals scored, we managed to come second. Possession-wise, we were 5th on 56, but just 1% behind Manchester City. So very good. The stat that matters is the title, of course. Points per game, 2.16. Let me show you the tactic breakdown. Really quickly, before I do break down this tactic, if you can, make sure to like this video because it helps me out massively. Subscribe to the channel because, again, it helps me massively. You also need to head over to Sortitoutsi as well on YouTube and subscribe there because there'll be a tactic and a rebuild once a week of each video over there as well. So make sure you head over there and subscribe to the channel. We had our first week this week where we managed to build a Kempy's Ultimate 4-3-3 and rebuild Brighton as well. So head over there and find that one. The video link to that will be in the description. Obviously, make sure to follow one of these things as well. We've got Twitch, we've got TikTok, we've got Twitter, and we've got YouTube. I didn't even say Instagram there, so I absolutely nailed that. Again, follow all them things, so make sure you're up to date on all the things Kempy. But this is the tactic. It is Kempy's McKenna 4-2-3-1. I put it as a custom control possession. I edited things out there, set to a positive mentality. In possession, I've gone for shorter passing, slightly higher tempo. Attacking width as extremely wide, as Ipswich do like to spread the play as wide as they can and attack you down them wings. Play out defence, focus play down the left and the right, and overlap down the left as well. Leif Davis has been an absolute revelation for Ipswich this season as that attacking wing back. I think he's got something like 15 assists already this season. We managed to get him 11, which I'm rather happy with as that left centre back. But with that good crossing, that good dribbling, that good pace, I'm not surprised he's done very, very well this season. We managed to also get on, where are we? Play for set pieces, work ball into box, low crosses, pass into space, slightly higher tempo, all things there. So make sure you're looking at this one, boys. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute centre back, and take short kicks. Again, a very high press system, looking as soon as you lose the ball to get the ball back and attack as quick as possible. Now, it might seem a bit odd with a target forward up front, but Ipswich do really like to play on the counter, and then when they get in that box, it's a nice bit of play. Often George Hurst sent the ball back to Connor Chaplin to score an absolute screamer. And out of possession as well, it's a high press front line. George Hurst does put a lot of work in up top there. He doesn't always score all of the goals, but he will certainly run the defences ragged, and that is what we've got there. It's a high press system, a standard defensive line, trigger the press more often, not much more often, just more often, and prevent the short goalkeeper distribution. Now, the actual player instructions. You've got a sweeper keeper on support in goal. No further instructions. They fall back on support on the right, cross from the byline and stay wider. Ipswich do make sure they get as high as they can and cross from that byline and get them cutbacks back to Chaplin, back to Ladapo, back to George Hurst, back to Wes Burns. Whoever it is in that centre spot, they're looking to cut it back to them. So that is why cross from the byline is on. Luke Wolfenden as that right centre back would stay wider. Same for George Edmondson, stay wider as the left centre back, both as ball players. Now again, you look at any Ipswich game, you look at any tactical breakdown of how Ipswich do it. Walton will be on the ball and they'll almost play a back three, including the goalkeeper. The wing backs will then push up into this role. You'd have the centre backs, you'd have the goalkeeper, and that is how they will build out with these two playmakers in front. Deep line playmakers both on support. On the left hand side, we've got tackle harder. On the right hand side, we've got tackle harder and close down more, because you do see that I think it's Sam Morsey. It might even be Massimo Luongo. I think Humphreys may have been injured recently or not been playing games. But he is more of a pressing centre mid, and one of them sits back a little bit more. So that is sort of how they build. You sort of have your back seven, including your goalkeeper, and you just sort of move the ball around there in triangles, and then you go quick up to the front men who are absolutely dangerous, and onto your left back as well. Wing back on attack, cross more often, stay wider, tackle harder. Obviously, he's already got cross from byline on because he's a wing back on attack. Advanced playmaker, well, sorry, the cam role is an attacking midfielder on attack, cross less often and tackle harder. Now, I tried to do this as a shadow striker, but what I found was Chaplin was moving too far beyond the striker, so I do want him still in that hole and creating play in there. He doesn't often get behind George Hurst. It's more George Hurst is the runner, and he'll set it back into that cam role. So that's what we've gone with there. Wes Burns, the winger on support on the right, cross from byline, get further forward and tackle harder. It's basically a winger on attack, but I think that's something I couldn't put on, so that's why we've got Wes Burns there. Connor Chaplin, as I said, the inside forward on attack on the left with tackle harder. Now, I did want this as a winger on support as well. I did try a test of it. I tried actually 2 tests of it to try and really nail the results, but I could not get the same results from that left wing role as I could when doing it this way. So we've gone with the inside forward on attack. To be fair, when they do attack, sometimes they move in to sort of this sort of, it looks a bit odd if I just chuck it up here, but it'll look almost a little bit like that, and Edmondson will sort of drop into this role here, and they'll play this back three, and they'll have a 3-2-4-1. So that is sometimes how they do like to attack anyway, so it does sort of make sense as that is how things will go with Chaplin coming on the inside there. So that is sometimes how it goes, and they do often attack as that role, and that wing back on attack is so pivotal as well. So it was good to get that inside forward out of the way of that wing back. And up front, it's a target forward on attack, shoot less often and tackle harder. I find shoot less often does really help. It doesn't mean they just shoot from absolutely anywhere, especially on a striker, because sometimes they can be incredibly greedy. And we do want the goals coming back to that cam role. And like I said, you can see George Hurst did manage to score 32 goals, getting 3 assists. But Caden Jackson, 16 goals, 8 assists. Connor Chaplin, 15 goals, 9 assists. Marcus Harness, 15 goals, 8 assists. Luke Wolford did have an absolute season as well, 11 goals, 2 assists. And Wes Burns didn't score as many goals that I'd like him to get, but did get 16 assists. Cameron Humphreys getting 14 assists in that DM role as well. And Leif Davis, like I said, getting 11 assists as well. So I'm very happy with the tactic we've made here with Kieran McKenna. On Sunday will be a 10-year Kieran McKenna rebuild. So make sure you're around for Sunday's video. That's going to be an Ipswich 10-season rebuild. So stick around for that one. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll make sure to speak to you next time.